another huge weekend. Capped off yesterday, Kyrie Irving, one of the nastiest game winners I've ever seen. The lefty floater, 3 units on the Mavs, keep the points, they get it done there. That was a 3-1 Sunday, only one bet, but one winner on Saturday with the Rockets. Another game dog, outright winner. John, things been heating up and now officially hot in the NBA after this weekend.
Yeah, great weekend. Saturday, one bet Rockets, outright winner over the Cavs, and then a nice 3-1 day yesterday. Only game we lose. Again, we do what we do. Raptors, we took plus 13. That game closed 11, 2-point beat on the number. Just didn't get there. They lose that one by 15. We were trying to hang on for that back door. But yeah, Mavs are a big bet of the day. With Doncic playing, look, they made that line with Doncic out. We had talked about it, I believe, on our last show. Doncic had a little problem with the hammy.
Right.
But, hey, he was ready to go against his friend Jokic, and he got in the game. He did what he had to do. And Kyrie, as Ben said, one of the best shot makers, one of your better offensive players in the game. And this is why Dallas is successful. He has accepted the Robin role in Dallas. Luka's Batman and Kyrie's Robin, but Robin's got to do what he's got to do, and he did it yesterday. So great win there, sealed off another couple of wins. Sometimes we get lucky because we've had enough bad luck all year.
Yeah.
We had the under in the Miami-Detroit Piston game, and there's a game that looked like Miami's going to win the whole game, but Pistons put a late run on them, tie it up late. I'd actually had a chance to win the game, and I'm rooting for them to win it. We just want to stay under the 214 and a half at 101-101. Just when it looks like it's going into overtime, Rozier gives the ball up to Bam. I don't know why he gave it to Bam from 30 out, and he knocks down a 3 as the buzzer goes off. So that stays under instead of going to overtime.
That was 2 games last night. One with Cunningham, he shot too early. Heat got a game winner, and then Jamal Murray for the Nuggets shot too early, and then Kyrie got the game winner. Both of them shouldn't have had that happen.
And look, this is clock management. These are all the things that make the bad teams lose and the good teams win. So Denver, a little surprised with that. They should have. You're not going to give the other team the last shot with the ball. That should be, it's either we're going to lose or go into overtime. Either we're going to win or go into overtime. But anyway, great day yesterday. And as I've said, things are going to heat up after the All-Star break. And they did. And right now we feel really, every game. We bet Rockets on Saturday plus 6, game close 4.5. We bet the Rockets the night before. Okay? Not the morning of, not while it was moving, the night before. We took Toronto Raptors, like I said, plus 13. That was our only loser, close 11. We had the Bucks, who we butted head with all the wise guys. All the movement was for Phoenix once they found Giannis is out. How many guys are going to give you the Bucks with Giannis out? We took the short 2.5 and get that money. We took the Mavs plus 3, like I said. That line was made with Luka out when it was as high as 4.5. Line can't just go to 1.5 with Luka in. My number on that game was a pick, which was the perfect number because with 2 seconds left, it's a tie game. So that's what that number deserves to be. So we'll take the win there. And then what do we got going on? Today's another 2.5 point beat, depending on your book, and we'll get to it, Ben. What I do want to touch upon before we get into today's NBA, Ben, Wednesday morning, 6 a.m. in Korea, it'll be the first pitch of baseball this season.
Yep. Make sure you guys take advantage of the promo. That's going to be your last 2 days to take advantage of that. NBA 2024. That is the code, NBA 2024. You guys can use that. That'll get you $100 off the monthly. And, hey, you get that in, you can be riding that for the next 3 years. You'll be locked in on that $100 price. It won't go, or the $100 off price at $199. It won't go anywhere. And don't think we're going to be running any other promos anytime soon. That was the first one we ran in quite a while that we ran for that long, John.
Yeah, and like I said, the amount of information that we give, beating the numbers in the NBA, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3 and more points every game, every day. $199 for that alone is ridiculous. Now here comes baseball season. So if you get in, again, 6 a.m. Wednesday, they throw that first pitch. Beal flipped the switch, and it's back to $299, guys. So I would get in at $199. Nobody beats the numbers in the NBA like me. We do not lose in baseball. We were off to a terrible start last season, only because I believe it was the worst April and May on record for underdogs, and we were underdog bettors. Sure enough, still came back another positive year, getting at 199. Let's get started, Ben. It's still NBA season.
Yeah, as always, guys, like, comment, subscribe below. Baseball starts on Wednesday, but the rest of the league starts next Thursday. If you guys want us to do an MLB season preview, help us with the comments. We'll get one of those out to you guys next week before that happens, maybe on Wednesday. So please keep up with the comments. Yeah, we got a nice little slate going on today.
Yeah, where's the Persian prick? I mean, I haven't seen many comments from him lately.
Yeah, they get quiet when the winners come out.
Quiet when you're on fire. All right, guys. Yeah. Come on. What did we get? 15 likes our last one? You guys want me to go down to once a week, right? Let's go.
Yeah, we got Cavs at Pacers, top game on the card. Was pretty excited for this matchup. Two of your younger up-and-coming teams in the Eastern Conference kind of creeping up with the top contenders of Milwaukee, Boston, and a healthy Philly. But this Cavs team, really, really shorthanded. Donovan Mitchell, they just can't catch a break. Breaks the nose. Yeah, bad shooting performance. Still going to be without Mobley, Strus, and Wade. I mean, it's a really short-handed Cavs team. Pacers coming off a nice win at home against the Nets. I mean, the Nets not beating anyone on the road. They just lost at San Antonio again last night. So not the most impressive of wins, but 3-1 their last 4. And they did break a little bit of an ownership trend there. I just can't back Cleveland here. I mean, this is a spot Indiana has to take care of business. Talk about a team, so two teams trying to climb up as far as being in that upper echelon of the Eastern Conference. And this is a game you have to step up for. One of your top 3 teams in the East. Got to be a big game for Indiana here with all the injuries.
Yeah, I'll go a step further. Cavs, man, pretty much decimated at this point. You've got 3 of 5 starters out, Mitchell, Strus, and Mobley. So going into Indiana's taking the first couple this year, and the tailor-made for another one. But I think the number is a fair number, even with those 3 starters out. Cavs just keep finding a way to do it. They plug in guys, Garland and Allen playing good basketball. Remember, earlier in the year, it was Garland and Mobley that were out. Mitchell carrying the weight. So Garland now doing that a little bit. This kid Merrill, he's the wild card, if you want to call it. He comes off the bench, and if he's on, this kid fucking lights it up from 3. 6.5, I feel, is a fair number on this one. That's what I made the game.
Yeah, multiple guys on that Cavs team have come out and said that Merrill is the best shooter they have ever seen. So obviously you can't do much else, but it's just one of those guys who shoots.
You might have something to say about that. And even Duncan Robinson, I mean, here's a kid lighting it up from 3. He did it again yesterday.
Yep. Fastest 1,000 threes. Duncan Robinson got that one in yesterday. We'll see what happens in this one tonight. We got Pistons at Boston. They met in Boston earlier this year. It was a crazy game. Detroit was up as much as 20 at the half, and you had a minus 105 money line for the Celtics, down 20. They come back and win it by 6. Pistons, both these teams played yesterday. Pistons lose to Miami. We talked about it. The bad clock management. Adebayo hits the game winner. And then you have the Celtics absolutely dominated the Wizards last night. They have now won 5 straight. They're 16-2 their last 18. Celtics playing good ball right now. They've dominated this matchup. 7 straight wins, 4 straight in Boston, just 2-2 against the spread. It's a big number here. If Cunningham doesn't play and this thing goes even higher, I'd be interested in Detroit. Pistons pretty good without Cunningham. 4-4, 8-0 against the spread the last 8 games without him. So wouldn't mind him getting a night off here.
I have no idea what Boston's going to do today. The only thing I know for sure is Al Horford will sit out. He played yesterday. He doesn't play back-to-backs. He's going to be rested. Tatum did play last night. I'm assuming he's going to get the night off tonight if he played yesterday. Hauser, who also scored 30 along with Tatum, he left the game late. He looks doubtful to play tonight. Porzingis missed the last 5 games. Brown, White, they both sat out last night, all questionable. So who the hell is Boston putting on the court without these answers? Really can't give you an educated analysis of this one. So these are the type of games, especially as we get closer to the end of the season, you want to be a member. You want to get those injury updates because besides our previews that we give on every game, not just the games we bet, besides our exclusive home and away ratings that you can make the line yourself, see why we're betting a game, you're going to get the injuries and you get them just as soon as they come out, we get them to you guys. So this will be a big injury game. We'll wait to see what's going on here. From what I can tell from the line movement and reading tea leaves, I expect Tatum, Horford, Hauser out. Porzingis a legitimate question mark. Would expect White and Brown back. And Cunningham is a question mark to be rested on a back-to-back. He was actually listed questionable before yesterday's game, so we'll see what happens there.
I mean, Boston's done a pretty good job of staggering the rest all season long, but 9.5 game lead in first. They're a handful of wins away from clinching, so expect the rest of the season to see a lot of this. A lot of guys sitting, a lot of rest. I mean, especially for guys like Porzingis, but injury-prone. You don't want to push it down the stretch of the season. They're going to have the first seed in a couple of games here. We got Heat at Philly next. This is the game we beat yesterday. Got 4.5 numbers all down to 2. Miami, big win yesterday. Adebayo, the game winner. Robinson had a nice performance as well, 30 points there. Waiting to see what's going on with Butler. And then you have Philly, who's coming off a win against the Hornets. Really the only team they can beat at home lately. Other than that, they have been miserable at home, 4-9, 2-11 against the spread the last 13 home games. And matchup history, all Miami, 6-1 the last 7 meetings. You got the rest advantage, obviously, for Philly in this game. But outside of that, there's a lot of points here, John, for a Miami team who has been lights out on the road, lights out in this matchup. Philly, other than the Hornets, not getting it done at home right now. Yeah, it's just a matter of who the Heat are going to play in this back-to-back. Butler didn't play yesterday afternoon, so he's questionable. Tobias Harris, he missed the last game. He's questionable. Didn't even attend practice yesterday. So I'm going to put him a little worse than questionable. Do the Heat come in? Do they give Bam a night off after he just hit that three-pointer at the buzzer, played 38 minutes? Do they give Rozier a night off? Unless they do, if Butler plays, Miami's the favorite. Now, this line was ridiculous to me. DraftKings actually put this game up 5 while the Heat Piston game was still going on. I didn't pull the trigger at 5 because I had to wait to make sure the game wasn't going to go overtime. If the game goes into overtime, they're always going to tack on a half a point or so against the team that's playing in overtime. So we waited, went down to 4.5. That's what we took. This game down to 2. I think Butler was just getting a day off to be ready for Philadelphia today. If that's the case, unless Rozier or Bam are out, Heat have to be the favorite in this one. We'll wait for the injuries also. Obviously, if you guys are a Massa Edge member, you guys will get updated on all the injuries tonight, including that big one. We'll see what goes on for us. Hopefully, we get a nice break and get a bigger edge on the game. We got Blazers.
I don't know if we want too big of an edge on the game because my guys know what happened when we get 4 or better. It seems to lose those guys. My man T. Paul Mary always in the chat. Oh, another 4-point edge and we lose. I know it's just it seems to be crazy. The bigger edge we get, we lose the games. But hey, I'll take that edge every game all day long.
Hey, T. Paul Mary, if you're feeling a little bit scared about the big edges, you can always hedge and go for a middle on the other side. I mean, a 4-point middle is pretty solid.
You can cash out ahead of time, make money before the game even starts.
That's the way to play. We got Blazers at Chicago. Portland just continuing to play shorthanded. I mean, really, guys stepped up, and they will go to New Orleans as a complete Pelican spot. They lose by 19, but some of their bigger names, Ayton, Simons, they had some big performances. Grant, he's still going to be out. And this Bulls team, they just took care of business against a bad Washington team like they're supposed to. Vucevic and Dosunmu stepped up. Kobe White, he's going to be missing 3rd straight game today. Got to see what's up with Caruso. Bulls playing pretty good ball. They've won the last 4 meetings. It's a lot of points here. Portland, they do cover a bit better on the road. Just have a hard time wanting to back this team. The further into this season we get, and we've seen this from the Blazers the last couple of seasons, the more they pull the reins back, the more they're resting guys, and it's just tough. So Bulls are nobody. Big price here. Don't really want to lay it, but no interest in this Portland team at this point in the season.
No, me either. Only thing here is you got a couple of guys. You got White's going to miss his 3rd straight, and Caruso questionable. Remember, Levine out. So all of a sudden, you're a little shorthanded in the backcourt. Simons and Ayton, they're still getting numbers for Portland, and they're still trying at least on the road. They've been playing some better ball on the road. Bulls not covering much as much at home. It would be Portland and nobody if those injuries were out. But again, very tough to hold your nose and bet this Portland Blazer team.
And we have Wolves at Utah. Now, second game of a 2-game set here. Wolves beat them by 19 on Saturday. I mean, spots definitely all Jazz. You have Wolves who are getting Denver next. If you guys remember earlier this season, San Antonio, similar kind of a spot. Minnesota had to look ahead to OKC. They're big 14-point favorites. They lose that one. A bit smaller line here. Sharps take it down with the Jazz. It's just an ownership. I don't want to break here. I mean, they've won all 3 meetings this year by double digits. They're, 6-2, 8-8 against the spread, the last 8 at Utah. And I understand the spot is all Jazz. Still pretty shorthanded. Marketing, he is questionable. We'll see if he comes back. And Gobert or Anderson goes. They're both listed questionable. Either of those guys go, it's going to be enough for me to want to be on the Wolves in this spot. Just an ownership, and I feel like we're getting a cheaper price because of the spot. Usually I would weigh the spot heavily, but not that much.
The spot screams Utah because it's the home and home, second of the home and home, and that Minnesota goes home to play Denver tomorrow. Wolves right now the 3 seed, Denver the 2 seed. Remember, they met in the playoffs last year. I'm just actually watching this next game. Golden State will go to 6, probably telling me OG will be out. Get back to this game. Wolves 6-2 straight up, 8-0 against the spread. Their last 8 meetings in Utah. Just don't want to buck that. Just with Minnesota having that game at home against Denver tomorrow, I don't see Gobert playing tonight. They're not going to play him in back-to-back games. Are you going to play him tonight and not play him tomorrow? So I don't see that happening. So everything says Utah. It looks like marketing to me is a little more to probable. Clarkson definitely out. Gobert, to me, is doubtful. So the lean would be to Utah, but I just don't want to buck that trend right now. Utah not playing winning basketball. So I'm going to stay off this one.
And we got this Knicks at Golden State matchup. Like John just said, this number is going back up. Waiting on the OG Anunoby news. He's questionable. He's had 3 games back. They've won all 3. Didn't shoot so great in this last one. Just 1 for 8. Now 15-2 on the season with them. Knicks, playing terrific basketball, 9-3 the last 12 on the road, and in their last 5 games, allowing just 83.2 points per game, which is just ridiculous. That's 30 years ago, 90s basketball we're looking at from the Knicks and Thibodeau here. They're putting it together. Golden State, they get the big win against the Lakers the other night. They catch the break with Anthony Davis leaving early in that game. They take care of business with that break going their way. Matchup history. Warriors win at New York early this season. That's when they first started having their slew of injuries. Golden State was playing their best ball of the year, and they won in Golden State last year. Knicks, though, prior 3 meetings in Golden State, they took care of business in. A lot of points here for a Knicks team who's not giving up a lot, John.
For a Knicks team that's not giving up a lot, I got to have my man OG in there. He's questionable. His injury was the elbow. He shot 1 of 8 in the last game. So do they give him a day off here? We'll wait and see. Knicks are 15-2 with him in the lineup. And they are stifling teams. As Ben said, this looks like some Patrick Ewing, Charles Anthony Mason, Greg Anthony D out there, and they're just shutting guys down. OG's in. Give me a half a dozen in the Knicks. Again, we'll be waiting on the lineups, man.
We got Grizzlies at Sacramento. Memphis played a bit better in the last game. Fought OKC tough. Bane, he came back, 22.7 assists, and they need every bit of any NBA player they can get right now. They've been running all these 2-way contracts. Kennard, he's going to miss today. Memphis, though, 7-3 ATS, last 10 on the road. You got the Kings, who are 4-9 against the spread, their last 13 at home. They are coming off a tough loss here to the Knicks. It was low scoring, like we just talked about, 98-91. Wouldn't be surprised we get another low-scoring game here with Memphis. And got to be looking here at the Grizzlies. A lot of points here. Kings been on a long homestand, 3-2 on it, but they're just not covering the big numbers on this homestand and barely winning games in general at home.
Yeah, Grizzlies, as bad as they've been all year, they've played well on the road. They're covering on the road. One of your better road against the spread road record. Bane was a big plus for him to come back in. You could see that right away, scoring 22 points. I believe he was a game best for the Grizzlies, plus 12 in the plus-minus column. Bane and Jackson, that's enough for me to take double digits against this Sacramento team that hasn't been getting the job done at home. We'll wait to see. Again, this number has gone up from 9.5 yesterday. Now, we know Kennard is out, We want to make sure everything's okay with Bane. Got to have Bane in this game. So we'll wait on that. As for Sacramento, Yuta went out after playing just, I believe, 16 minutes his last game. He had missed the game before that, 16 minutes, 0 for 3, and then doesn't come back on the court. So he's going to be questionable. That's another big offensive weapon for them. So for me, Memphis or nobody. Again, we're waiting on the injuries.
And we got Hawks and Lakers to wrap up this card. Hawks, they're in the back-to-back. They took care of business against the Clippers last night. I mean, absolutely shut them down. 93 points held them to. They're playing pretty decent ball right now. Just 1-2 on the trip, though. And then you have this Lakers team who's coming off that tough loss to the Warriors. I mean, LeBron as good as ever that night, 40 points, very efficient. D'Lo, the solid game, just kind of hurts there, not hitting the 3 balls against Golden State. And then obviously the Anthony Davis situation, which revolves around this whole game. Lakers just 1-3 without him this season. They did lose at Atlanta on the road trip earlier this season without him. As far as the matchup history, though, it's all Lakers in LA. 6-1.
I don't want to interrupt, Ben. Just want to OG out tonight. So that just as we figured, that's why that line's going up.
Yep, we'll see how high she goes. Might be worth the price still. Lakers 6-1, 5-2 against the spread last 7 meetings in LA. I mean, this game all revolves around AD. It's already a pretty steep line with the questionable tag. I don't want to lay this much with a Lakers team who tends to win but not cover. It's an all-Lakers spot. I mean, they've dropped a couple of games in a row. They're catching the Hawks on a back-to-back without Trae Young. A little bit of revenge angle, the ownership at home in the matchup. So complete Lakers spot. I wouldn't mind betting them with AD out at a cheaper price. Just got to see what's going on with him.
Yeah, injuries, guys. That's the theme of the NBA. Bogdanovich played last night. He shot horribly. He had missed the game before. So is he going to be playing in a back-to-back? Murray been carrying a lot of weight since Trae Young's been out. Does he get a night off the second of a back-to-back? So we'll wait to see for that. Obviously, AD, the most important questionable of the game. Remember, he left with the eye injury in that Warrior game, so he's questionable also. Everybody plays. This is a big number for a Hawks team that's playing different basketball since Trae Young is gone. They're now, where's my stats here? They're allowing just 105.4 games. They're allowing 105.4 points per game and are 6-5, over 500 in the 11 games since Trae Young went down with a hand injury.
Mm-hmm.
So you put AD in there, this line goes up, and it's a double-digit line. And Hawks are going to play everybody. Going to be tough not to take the Hawks with double digits when they've been holding teams down, playing pretty good without Trae Young. So, again, we'll be waiting on the injury, and that's a 10:40 game. And we're not here till just 10:40. Ben is sitting around chomping at the bit, looking to make halftime bets at midnight.
Yeah, we got some late games going on. We got baseball at 6 a.m. coming up on Wednesday, so we got some weird time schedule this week. And we got March Madness going later this week, guys. Might have a little bit of a March Madness.
By the way, for our members, we'll have that baseball preview up later tonight. So just so you guys know.
It will be coming your guys' way. So appreciate everyone who has been tuning in. Things have been red hot. You guys have about, 36 hours, if my math's right? I don't know. Some amount, a day and a half or so about to go sign up and take care of the promo NBA 2024. You guys aren't going to want to miss this baseball season and this run right now in the NBA.
That's it, guys. A lot of basketball tonight. Look, there's 2 games, Wednesday and Thursday. These are the games. It'll be Dodgers, which me and Ben were just talking about this. So Ben is a California guy. 6 a.m. You get 2 California teams playing, Dodgers and Padres. So 6 a.m. is Eastern time. This could be a 3 a.m. game. I don't know why they're doing this, but that's when it is. That's the official start of the Major League Baseball season, and that's when our price, Massa Edge, will go back to $299 a month. Guys, jumping in the next day and a half while you get a chance.
Yeah, it's all part of that MLB or all sport. Honestly, all American sports kind of go global with it. We'll see if they actually succeed. They do. Honestly, it's probably 2 good teams. You got good amount of Asian guys on there. I know you got Kim, who's Korean for the Padres. You got Japanese players, obviously. So I guess
Dodgers got this guy named Ohtani.
Yeah. Apparently he's supposed to be good. We'll see. I mean, he's never played in this league before. So, all right, guys, appreciate you tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe below. We'll see you back on Friday. Let's make some money.
Yeah, so let's make some money.